For those with eyes that see and ears that hear, rest in peace, Dickie. Anyway, let's go in. You can't trust everybody, and you got to question everybody. The internet is a default zone, and I ain't going to explain it no more. Instead, I'm going to do a video, and I'm going to talk about default zones. Anyway, without further ado, let's investigate Dennis Sperling. And there's something that I want you to think about before as you read this community update that he did. And this is a very sinister reality, and I think I've spoken it before, so I'll go through it real quick again. When immigrants come to America, they aspire to be white, or they aspire to whiteness. You can dig up an image, and I can do a video showing you an image of a black man hanging from a tree. And there's a white woman beneath him looking at him, jokingly laughing. And that image is almost 100, and in many cases over 100 years old. You know, crowds of people hanging black people and looking at them laughing. And I think to myself, how is it that that the situation still remains that we are a repulsed people, and that everybody else wants to be like the people who are laughing at a man hanging from a tree? You have to think about that, man. That's a sinister reality that you have to think about. With that said, do you realize how suspicious I am of certain people? I'm very suspicious. Now, I'm going to go over something. Let's investigate Dennis Sperling's community guidelines. Now, real quick, who is Dennis Sperling? Dennis was a big fan of Kevin Samuels before Kevin Samuels died, and he has carried on the Kevin Samuels. I ain't going to say carried on the legacy, but he has a channel that I will say is a hyper-evolved MGTOW channel. That's what his channel is. He looks like either a married brother or either somebody that got custody of his kids, or either his kids are very much in his life, you know, and he's very active as a dad. But I'm suspicious of something. And man, I'm going to tell you something. By cosmic nature, your boy is just a naturally good investigator, man. I just am. I investigate things good. I would be good to hire as an investigator. I mean, I just would. Now, look, Tyree Nichols died recently, and the only reason that I maintain that the only reason that a deal was made of him is because the white media made a deal of it. For the most part, Black America has really moved on, and nobody is really even talking about Tyree Nichols anymore, as I expected. And we called brothers like that, and I talked about it on my TikTok channel, Pookie and Ray Ray, all the time. And that is the way in which we call we as black men, that's the way we call ourselves, and the way that we call other black men niggers. We have a low self view of one another. This is why in the overwhelming majority, if not nearly every country that a black man rules, it is living in poverty and conflict. I looked at a video about one of the guys a year or two ago that was ruling over Haiti. This video might have been like 3, 4, 5 years old. I don't know. It's some guy within the last 10 years. And he just rode around the poverty in Haiti, just looking at people. And he literally had a set of glasses, special made set of glasses, because he was being interviewed and recorded by foreign news agencies. And the special set of glasses were designed to make it appear that he was looking at everything, but he was really just blinded. You know, he didn't see anything. He was literally the leader of a black country and could not even look in the face of his own people. I'm going to tell you something, man. When a people are underneath a system of mass oppression, you can't engage in class divisions. Those class divisions and that attempt to try to do this thing, where there's something that I always hear. I always hear people talk about 2/3 of black people are just gonna have to die. We got to separate ourselves. And I'd be like, will you motherfuckers give me a break? Like, really? There is hardly nowhere, even if you move to black ass Detroit, black ass Atlanta, black ass DC, black people have no net true power. They don't. The only thing that you have is, in many cases, a bunch of black folk that live next to each other. And Atlanta is being thoroughly taken apart. And every time that you get these videos and these assertions of people, of there needing to be these class separations, number one, don't nobody else view you all any differently. Number two, when in the fuck is this gonna happen? It's never gonna happen because you have no power and you have no real true cooperation. You're tribal and you're individualistic. The only place you can come together at is in a damn comment section. One thing that I've always said, and I say the same thing that Tommy Sotomayor asked, we are some of the poorest damn people at self-promotion. All these people who constitute this class of black people, and when the numbers are out, man, look, there were 700,000 jobs that were lost in the tech sector. That's white folk with a goddamn flu. You know how when they say that when white America got a flu, black America pretty much got HIV. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, if white people are being fired and laid off in jobs that are supposed to be the jobs of the future, you just think of what in the hell is happening with black people. And you can look up statistics, especially statistics pertaining to black men. We are virtually non-existent in CEOs. What few CEOs we have are hyper symbolic. Black men are raping each other to the beat of nearly 4,000 per day in jails and federal prison. Black men are the number one group of men who never break into top home ownership. Black men are the number one college dropouts. And I'm sitting up here thinking to myself, where is this class of men that are supposed to be cooperating and separating themselves from Pookie and Ray Ray and all this shit? Where the fuck are they, and why can't they get anything done? And in every position of power that exists in the United States government, they are just like them Memphis police that beat the shit out of that dude in 100% cooperation with the system. Now, I'm going to read some real quick. Now, you're already reading this crap that you hear right here. You're already reading it. And this is the reason why when the immigrants come into this country, you as a people operate socially in such a repulsive, non-cooperating, dysfunctional, weak ass way. Nigga, I don't want to be you. I don't want to be the motherfuckers hanging from trees, getting kneed down, raping each other up the ass in jail cells, and single mothers looking like ratchet ass skanks all on the internet. Man, please, nobody wants to be you. But there's something that I noticed in his community guideline, his community post. And I'm going to read them. I'm going to read them over the last 3 days. And you tell me that you don't see something. And I'm going to tell you what I suspect as I dig this up. This guy, Dennis, has a lot of race bots on his channel. Okay. Community. About an hour ago, each black man he's talking about men defending reputation. This is about an hour ago. Has 377 thumbs up, 28 responses. 2 hours ago, had black American women, he's talking about the passport brothers and the women that complain about them. And he's saying that, hey, y'all can be passport hoes, let us be passport bros. He's trying to be funny and he's rhyming, 310 likes, 19 comment responses. That was 2 hours ago. 3 hours ago. Each and every time someone attacks you and put their hands on you, best thing to attack when attacked before untagged and blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever he said. He's talking about being attacked or whatever. 596 thumbs up, 18 responses. 3 hours ago, last year you saw me defend Kevin Samuels, and he's talking about defending Kevin, being fearless. Hold on, don't back down. Godfather Kevin, 575 thumbs up, 22 likes. 22 comments. I'm going to read one more. And this goes back. Hold up. Hold on. I lost it real quick. Hold on. Let me go back to it. Community. Hold on. Okay. Just going back. Okay. Yesterday. He's talking about older British passport women are seeking black men in Gambia. 56 thumbs ups and 3 responses. 2 days ago, Philippines and Thailand news slammed black American women for racist comments made on YouTube podcasts. I predict the U.S. State Department will issue a travel warning to black American women traveling to Asian countries. Now that one has 2.6K likes and 464 comments. Messy. And 2 days ago, he put one up having to do with statistics that had stats pertaining to single mother homes, violence, incarceration, etc. 1.7K thumbs ups, 222 comments. And previously before that, he has a comment thread with a picture of him. I'm not going to say him, but I guess this is Andrew Tate with his afro and a baby and a black man. It's 344 likes, everything, 344 comments, everything with Andrew Tate is getting traction nowadays. And let's read one more. Unc, I remember you saying months ago that black women will be public enemy number 1. That time has arrived. 1K likes, 187 comments. I read all that to ultimately read this right here, to ultimately kind of show you something. See, I think that he may have realized what he did, and he may have removed that, because I'm scrolling back up right now and I literally don't see it. I almost want to stop the video so I can look for it. Like, did you really remove that? And some people may have gotten with him, but this is the point I wanted to make about them type of comments and statements. It's funny to me that the main thing that he pushing now is the passport stuff. And I'm going to tell you why the passport stuff is being pushed big time, and why you hear so much passport stuff above the SYSBM stuff. The SYSBM stuff hasn't ultimately panned out, and I'm going to just get down to it. I'm going to get down to the short and skinny about why it's kind of flatlining a little bit, the SYSBM. White women, about 50 to maybe 60-70% of white women that date brothers, they tend to date extremely characterized guys. Only about 25-30% of white women are really looking for a put together guy, or maybe like an athlete or something like that. But it just doesn't, dating doesn't work out the way many men think that it does. I'll keep it real with you. If you're looked at as a nerd among your own women, you ain't finna make it among other women. The only thing you can do is prostitute. Nerds date only their own nerds. White females will only date, a white nerd is only going to get a white woman. He might be able to take advantage of race and get a Mexican or something like that. But for the most part, as far as women naturally want him in the state of him being a nerd, it's going to be a white woman. And the same thing is going to apply to a black man. If you see a Urkel type dude, he ain't getting no white woman unless he pay for her. Urkel, for the most part, is going to be gay because he's either going to have to be absent or gay, abstinent or gay. So this is why you see somewhat of a tailing off of all the SYSBM talk, because they haven't gotten a chance yet. And see, now you hear a whole lot of talk about Thailand, and the Philippines. See, they've got to get far away from one another. They got to get to the point to where there's not a large number of any groups of other black men around. Because if you just take a large number of groups of black men who are willing to sell each other out for white supremacy, beat each other to death in the middle of Memphis, starve and enslave entire nations, even up until this very day in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the only thing you got to do is just take any group of those men all together and just put them together, and they gonna hate one another, So Thailand, you will notice in looking at Austin Holloman's channel, for example, he has 3, 4, 5, 10,000 subscribers. How many of them dudes is doing videos with him? Just think about it. He's a unicorn. You got 10,000 dudes. You've been traveling a couple years, and you maybe got a handful of videos with just a few other guys that then came out there with you. See, that's the way that things will succeed. You take a bunch of black men and put them together, and they're going to start coming up, and you already hear it. You already hear guys using terms like passport pookie. You know what I'm saying? This is classism, and this is self-hateism, and at this point, I'm thinking it's genetic, man, because the thing that I observed with this comment here, and like I said, I'm trying to look for it. I think he got rid of it. I don't see it. I'm trying to see. Hold on. Did I screenshot it? Oh, man. Like, why are you asking me shit? I'm trying to just look at pictures, yo. Jesus Christ. Real quick, like, okay. He did put this up, okay? He put this up, and I'm going to look back over his channel to see if he erased this, because it looked like he erased this, and I think he kind of realized what he was doing, because I'm looking at my screenshots now, and I did screenshot it, but see, the point I wanted to make, how are we so responsive? Like, this dude talks about passport brothers and shit like that. How in the hell are we that damn focused on separating ourselves and being so much against one another that it would warrant the largest number of a literal channel of black men that are supposed to be empowering themselves? The biggest comment response on there is literally a statement of divisiveness against themselves. And the thing that I said about the whole Tyree Nichols thing is that black men engage in the only thing that I can call it is a form of sociogenetic behavior. Instead of the social conversation that was supposed to happen, they sat around, added importance to that man's life only because the news media aimed at him, made a bunch of videos only because the news media aimed at him, and then turned right around and started talking about this Pookie and Ray Ray stuff. That's why he was killed so boldly, so arrogantly, so out in the public. You dehumanize each other so much, nobody would even think to even, like, so what? Who cares? We just killing one of our worthless asses. And what was he? That's the point I wanted to make. A typical, average, everyday dude. But honestly and truly, it took the white folk telling y'all about skateboarding and taking pictures. If you take the images of that man and show him to any group of black men, they just gonna call him a nigga or a pookie and keep it pushing. And that's the whole thing we miss. And these type of updates, they only Man, look, you're a slave to your genetics, brothers. I hate to have to say it, but you're a fucking slave in the here and in the now. You don't build nothing nowhere else. Like, what is this 1/3 gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do? Niggas been screaming that shit forever. It's just like reparations. When are you gonna get a dime? When is that 1/3 gonna build Wakanda? Bruh, the numbers ain't in your favor. Black people are gentrified everywhere. There is nowhere in real estate where black people are building big, giant, separate neighborhoods of decent black people that have separated themselves from the Pookies and Ray Rays. Of what few little Negroes that have moved into suburbs, you're being gentrified out of them. You're being discriminated against within goddamn human resources. If they'll kneel down on you in the middle of Minneapolis, what the hell you think they gonna do to your digital application and human resources? You niggas ain't rich. You just a little bit better off than the next Negro at best. And you still engage in this slave-ass divisiveness and racial inferiority. And that is why the woman beneath the tree aiming up at the man laughing at him is still on top. And that is why you got to travel across seas, because you got no power in America to just lay the hammer down on your own women. And that is why you are behind in everything and literally about to be damn near subject to American slavery 2.0. The levels of disenfranchisement are going to be that deep and extreme, and you're literally just being killed off. I believe the police are just killing niggas at night. I don't think that this is a murder rate that you're looking at. You're just looking at black men being killed off, who look at each other as such a big joke that it ain't even notable to them that it's even happening. That is a fucking shame. I'm out of here, man.